dismissed every accomplishment I've made. You've talked about my father. Well, you call me an entitled millennial, I call you a carny succubus, because the dirty secret about you, the dirty secret is you need this generation more than it needs you.
What up, y'all? It's KB the Sexy Ninja in the place to be for a Paper Saber universe, and this is the New World Podcast, brother. We're talking about Monday Night Raw, May 19, 2025. Pat and Cole on commentary. We're in Greensville, South Carolina, at the Wellness Arena, Bon Secours Wellness Arena. I hope I said that right. Big night. We got Saturday night main event this Saturday. We also have Battleground on Sunday, and we also have Double or Nothing on Sunday. So it is a big wrestling weekend. This was definitely a go-home show for that. Logan Paul started the show. You know, he was a little feisty one, going after the crowd and whatnot. But Gunther came out, and this was my favorite moment because the night after Money in the Bank, the Raw after, Gunther's going to get his rematch to maybe get his championship back. So that made a lot of speculation of like, it's interesting. The Money in the Bank, the Raw after Money in the Bank, Gunther's getting a World Heavyweight Championship like match. And I'm like, It's got me interested though. But Logan and Gunther go back and forth, but Gunther tells him like, even if it's you, I will eat you alive. I was like, oh my God, Gunther, I hope you beat the shit out of Logan Paul if he wins. But of course, after Gunther left, Jey Uso took out Logan, because Logan and Jey have this thing where they keep taking each other out. And this was no exception here with a nice super kick to Logan Paul. Then our first match of the night is Penta and AJ versus Finn and JD McDonough. Good old El Grande Americano. You son of a bitch. Causing basically Penta and AJ to lose this match to Finn and JD. One for Judgment Day. But El Grande Americano, you will get yours. Penta will have his revenge. Then we get a Money in the Bank qualifying match. Natalya versus Roxanne versus Becky. And I really thought Becky was going to win this match. But Roxanne does. Poor Natalya. Always poor Natalya. But Lyra is not done with Becky. And Becky clearly still hates Lyra. So they got into it. They fought. And this is what helps Roxanne get the win and move on to the Money in the Bank match itself. I was like, Roxanne Perez, yes, please. Then we have Sheamus versus Grayson Waller. There's group tension. You know, there's group tension between Grayson Waller and Austin Theory. And Sheamus gets the win because of that. And yeah, it was an okay match. But I'm waiting. I'm like, how long are we going to tease the Austin Theory thing? I'm waiting for Austin Theory to turn on Grayson Waller. But the group tension is there. And I got to say, too, WWE is definitely an advertising whore at this point. Like, they're putting, like, this was presented by a cash app. Like, I understand we need sponsors. I understand we need this, but man, it's all over the ring. It just doesn't look good and whatnot. And then they have the cash app. I don't know. It just bugged me a little bit. Next Money in the Bank qualifying match, Rhea versus Kairi Sane, welcome back, versus Zoe Stark. Oh man, I felt so bad for Zoe here. She hurt her leg, twisted something, like, oh my gosh, man, her knee, it just looked really bad to where the doctor had to come in and then carry her out, and Zoe could not. And, you know, she came back from that injury, and I felt so bad for Zoe Stark, man. And I hope a speedy recovery. But then this became two-sided, and I was like, there's no way Kairi Sane's going to, you know, get this. But Rhea Ripley is moving on to her first Money in the Bank, I believe. Yeah, but poor Zoe. That was the real story of this match. Then we get the Judgment Day backstage. Finn is trying to bring in Roxanne. Well, kind of bringing Roxanne. And everybody's like, oh, my God, good old Dirty Dom. Another one is brought. Is he going to cheat on Liv with Roxanne? Because Roxanne gave him some chicky nuggies. She gave the boys some chicken nuggies. You know, that makes Dirty Dom very happy. So we'll see what happens there and see what happens when Liv comes back. Then next up, our main event, we have Jey Uso versus Braun Breaker. Awesome match, my match of the night. Of course, Paul's out there. And Paul, there's one point where Paul was like, come on, man, you want to fight? Takes off his jacket. And here comes Seth and a DQ. And I was like, well, okay. Then here comes Sammy. Then here comes Punk. Everyone's singing like Mussolini, as Mr. Jim Cornette would say. But Sammy comes out, Punk comes out, becomes a big old fight. This is the way we end the show. And Jay's back in the ring holding his championship. And here comes Logan Paul. Ba-ba! Knockout. Knocked him out, man. And that's the way we ended. This is the go-home for Saturday Night Main Event. I wonder what's going to happen on SmackDown. So, the next week we're in Tampa, Florida. But Saturday Night Main Event this Saturday. Battleground Sunday. Double or Nothing Sunday as well. But this was Raw, May 19, 2025. Pat Cole on commentary. In Greensville, South Carolina, match of the night is Jay versus Braun. Even though I didn't like the DQ. And moment of the night, Roxanne. Okay, JD. Okay, Judgment Day. All right. I see what Finn's trying to do. He's trying to corrupt here. But I give this Raw a solid 4 out of 5. Tell me what you thought of the show. Drop those comments below. Hit that like. Hit that subscribe. Share it with your grandma. Share it with your grandma. Share it with the bum down to Walmart. I am KMB, the Sexy Ninja. And remember that the New World Podcast is for life, brother.
I said no ye! Okay, fine! Yeah, fine, ye! 4 letters, 1 word, all y'all got 2 brain cells! Shut up!